Good evening and welcome you back, students. In the last lecture, we have told you what are proteins and we have discussed the structure of the proteins. We have discussed primary, secondary, and tertiary structures of the protein, students, and we have also discussed what is denaturation of proteins,
Yes, sir.
which is an important question for the coming exam student. What is the meaning of denaturation of protein, students? What do you mean by denaturation of proteins?
Sir, when the protein is in its native form and it is subjected to some physical changes, like change in temperature or change in pH, then the hydrogen bonds in the proteins are disturbed. As a result of this, the helix is uncoiled and the globules unfold, and so the protein loses its biological activity. This is called denaturation of proteins.
During the denaturation, students, which structures of the proteins are destroyed?
The secondary and the tertiary structures are destroyed.
What happens to the primary structure of the proteins?
It remains intact.
That is the correct answer. That question was given in the papers long back. So, students, by changing the pH or by heating, what will happen? There could be decoiling of the structures of the proteins. What are the type of bond, students, which are present in the 2-degree and 3-degree structures of the proteins?
Hydrogen bonds, then disulfide linkages, van der Waals bonds, and electrostatic forces of attraction.
Name a protein which has 51 amino acids.
Insulin.
Insulin. Okay. These questions will be given in a different form in the paper, student. They can be put in the objective form and also in other form. What is the difference between, students, alpha helix and beta pleated structures of the proteins?
In alpha helix, we observe intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and in beta pleated sheet, we observe intermolecular hydrogen bonding.
Okay. My point was very simple, students. Chemistry involves formation of molecules, formation of compound, students, and they are made from atoms. Atoms are not existing as such, as you have seen. They will try to combine, and there will be bonds, students, which will be combining these atoms together, and different type of bonds we are experiencing. What type of bond did we experience in carbohydrate, students?
Carbohydrates, glycosidic bond.
Glycosidic bond. What is a glycosidic bond, students?
A glycosidic bond is a bond which is formed between uh, two monosaccharides by oxide linkage by the loss of water molecule.
Okay, very important point. A molecule is being lost and a bond is being formed. That is a type of condensation reaction, students. Condensation reaction. Similarly, in the fats, what has happened? Glycerol and carboxylic acid. What type of bond is present there, student? What type of bond is present when fats are formed? Fats are formed.
Uh,
Mhm. Carboxylic acid and alcohol, student. What type of bond is going to be formed?
ester bond.
Yes, you already know that. What is the reason? What I am trying to tell you? I am just, you are able to answer all the questions mostly, but just to make our mind sharp, student, we are studying certain type of bonds in a certain type of compounds, but there is so much beyond that. That's what I'm trying to say. There is a bond everywhere, but what type of bond is there? We have to see. So we should expand our thinking that there will be some attractive force which will be there, student. There will be some bond, student, which will be holding these particles together. And depending on that bond strength, students, so many things will happen. Here, in organic chemistry, we study there is a metallic bond, metallic bond. In transition element, also you study metallic bond. What is metallic bond, student? Then you said there is a covalent bond, covalent bond. All these things we have studying.
Yes, sir.
So metals, you are saying, oh, this metal has a higher melting point and higher boiling point. It is determined by the metallic bond. Alkali metals also are metals, but they are soft students. Transition metals are harder than alkali metals. Why? What is the difference, students? What we are trying to tell you? Attractive forces, bonds. How many metallic bond, strength of bond depends on what factor. All this is important in chemistry, which we are learning, which we are learning, students. And that will be able to explain the physical properties a lot, student, their conductivity, thermal properties, malleability, ductility, softness, hardness, melting point, boiling points, all this. You see that this is how the chemistry becomes amazing. You know, there is an element which becomes liquid at room temperature.
Yes, sir.
Which one is that?
Mercury.
Mercury is already there, liquid. Mercury is a metal which is liquid. We already know.
Yes, sir.
One.
Bromine.
Bromine is already a liquid. Bromine is a non-metal. Most of the non-metals are gases, you know. And here bromine is one which is liquid. So these all others are, I mean,
Gases.
what do you see? Gases. What we are trying to say, students, and when I talked of protein, student, we talked of which bond in proteins?
Peptide bond.
Peptide bond. And polypeptides were formed, students. Now we are coming to another important part. Enzymes are also basically protein, students. And they are, you know, important function in your body. So what are enzymes, student? They are our biological catalysts. You are aware that in your body, the food cannot be digested without them. Can it be?
No, sir.
So what I'm talking, student, enzymes, student. Enzymes are biological catalyst. Biological means what, student? Bio means what?
Natural.
Bio.
Produced by the body.
So they biotic component, abiotic component, all these things we are learning. Living components which are living, student, biotic components, and those which are non-living, air, water, lithosphere, they are abiotic components. A biosphere becomes interaction of these students where we are living. So in our body, student, you are having enzymes and they are nothing but proteins. And you have seen the structure of proteins. We have told you that they are polypeptides. They contain large number of amino acids, more than 100. What is the function of these enzymes, student? What they are doing? Enzymes, what the molecules on which enzyme may act are called substrates. And enzymes convert substrate into different molecules known as the products. So students, that what is a catalyst in chemistry? That's what we are talking. And you have seen, student, enzymes are complex nitrogenous organic compounds. They are complex, student, nitrogenous organic compounds. Interesting thing is that there is a nitrogen present in them. And nitrogen gas is present in the atmosphere. That is going inside my body while I'm teaching you. I'm inhaling. But that is inert. That is inert. That is not being used by my body. But then what is my body using? Proteins, amino acids. They are Compounds of nitrogen. Compounds of nitrogen. Very interesting. But we were aware that oxygen is required, student. I'm saying nitrogen is also required. So there was a lecture given by me on nitrogen cycle. I sent you also nitrogen cycle.
Yes, sir.
Why did you see that everything is linked? What I'm trying to say that the nitrogen in the atmosphere is not usable by our body, but it is converted into certain forms, students, proteins, amino acid, which is present inside our body. Now we need protein, student, which has nitrogen, which has nitrogen. No, there is a cycle of everything. Interesting. So much complex are these nitrogenous organic compounds and are produced by living plants and animals. They are produced by living plants and animals, students. That is why we say biological, biotic. So they are actually protein molecules of high molecular form and form colloidal solution in water. They are effective catalysts and catalyze large number of reactions connected with the natural processes, students, and in the bodies of animals and plants maintain life processes. Our life processes are being catalyzed by enzymes, and we can say that they are biochemical catalysts. They have obtained in pure and crystalline form, students. So in 1969, enzyme was also synthesized. They could make an enzyme, student, in 1969. And you know that they are very specific. For example, inversion of cane sugar requires invertase, student, and conversion of glucose inside the body. Glucose is converted into, student, glucose is converted into ethyl alcohol. This is my ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, student, by an enzyme. What is the name of that enzyme, student? What is the name of the enzyme? Is I'm
Hmm.
using AS, student, ASC. The ASC is being used, student, as catalysts, which are enzymes. For starch into maltose, you are aware of starch into maltose is using, student, also a catalyst, diastase. Decomposition of urea, student, is using urease. Urease is also a catalyst. In the stomach, student, pepsin enzyme. Stomach. What enzyme is there in the stomach? Pepsin enzyme.
Pepsin.
What it does, student? Pepsin enzyme. It converts proteins into peptides. Into peptides. Because proteins are very complex, student. In the intestine, pancreatic trypsin, intestine also, in the intestine also, student, you have a enzyme. What is that?
Trypsin.
Pancreatic trypsin, pancreatic, inside the pancreas, that reaction is taking place. Pancreatic, that is your tryps, TRY, trypsin. So these are, they convert protein to amino acids. What they do? Proteins are complex. You have seen how complex they are. So we will convert them, student, because our body needs amino acids by hydrolysis. Most of the time, you know, peptide bond will be hydrolyzed. Peptide bond was formed by loss of water. I throw water, then it will break that. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is how the chemistry is working. Now we have started understanding the basics of these. In milk into curd is brought about by which there is a what we call lactobacilli.
Lactobacillus lacti.
Lactobacilli. Such questions could be put in the paper because they are very commonly used by our students. So students, for example, you see how they are named? A, ASC like this. Lipases is a group of enzyme that help digest the fat in the gut. In our gut, student, we are understanding this is present. Amylase helps change the starches into sugar. You are eating so much starch every day, so we will need enzymes for that. Maltase is found in the saliva, breaks the sugar maltose into glucose. Trypsin is found in small intestine, breaks proteins down into amino acids. Lactase is found in small intestine, breaks lactose, the sugar in the milk, into glucose and galactose, students. Glucose and galactose, we have shown you the structure of that.
Yes, sir.
The chemistry is going on. Chemical reactions are going on. In the absence of enzyme, student, they not be possible because the speed reaction very high, and one molecule can catalyze millions of them. Interesting. So they are very highly efficient, highly specific. Only one enzyme does only one job. He's not interested in others. And acetylcholinesterase breaks down neurotransmitter acetylcholine in nerves and muscle. Student, helicase unravels DNA. DNA polymerase synthesize DNA from deoxyribonucleotides. These are some of the enzymes, student, which we are using. So I hope you are aware of that in the bio. You are aware in biology, student. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, let me say what happens actually, how the enzyme is working, student. What is the mechanism? What is the mechanism of these enzyme, students? A substrate, this is my substrate, student, binds to the active site of enzyme. Enzyme has got active site, student. There are active sites, student. There must be some active functional groups present in them. And this is the active site of the enzyme, you can see, and this is our substrate. What is happening? Substrate is going into that active site, student, and forming enzyme substrate complex. This is my enzyme. This is ES. They are forming a ES, student, enzyme and substrate. ठीक है? What is the result of that? Then this will dissociate, student, to give back the enzyme and the product. And you can see that there is a definite size inside where it is fitting, student, active site. The active sites which I'm showing, student, you can see what they call as a lock and key model was proposed in 1894. Every substrate cannot fit into every enzyme. That's our story. So different enzymes have different types of active sites and different sizes. So only certain can fit. So it is type of a lock and key mechanism was proposed, student, 1895. Enzyme's active site is a specific shape, student. The active site has a specific shape. Only not everything can fit into that. So it is just like what they call as lock and key mechanism, student. In one lock, only one key will work, others will not. That is why they are highly specific in their job, student. Specific shape. Only substrate will fit into it like a lock and key. This is just a picture to show you. Okay?
Okay.
So biocatalysts are called enzymes. Almost all enzymes are globular proteins, student. Important point. These are certain points to be noted now. Because in the question they will ask you, what are they? They are globular proteins. What type of proteins we told you? Two types. Globular
Fibrous and globular.
and they are saying they are globular proteins. Certain these informations are obtained experimentally, then we are giving to you. Enzymes are very specific for a particular reaction. Very specific, we told you. And for a particular substrate. Why? Because it is a lock and key mechanism. Everything cannot fit there. They are generally named after the compound or class of compounds for which they work. For example, enzyme catalyzes maltose is called maltase. Maltase. So this is for hydrolysis of, student, maltose. Sometimes the enzymes are also named after the reaction with where they are used. Whatever information is available, we must learn it. Depending on the reaction, sometimes they are used. For example, enzymes which catalyze oxidation of one substrate with simultaneous reduction of another. This important point. What is, they have asked a question, student. That's why I have taken it. What are oxido reductase enzymes, students? Once I put ASE, it is clear it is an enzyme, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the what we call them as oxido means oxidation and reduction
Option.
is taking place, student. One substrate is oxidized and another is reduced, student, simultaneously. So there is a simultaneous oxidation and reduction. Simultaneous oxidation and reduction takes place. Simultaneous oxidation and reduction. ठीक है? That is a
Yes, sir.
oxireductase enzyme because they've asked this question. Important point, note down every word. Anything can be asked in the question. Now I say there are certain conditions under which they work. What are the conditions? Student, in every chemistry is full of conditions. Every reaction has a condition, right? Condition. I always talk about what are the conditions, student? Everything has a condition. Every reaction has a condition, temperature, pressure, catalyst, or otherwise it doesn't happen. They will work under certain condition. Most enzyme in the human body work best around 37 degrees C body temperature. At lower temperature, they will still work, but much more slowly. So very low
Okay.
temperature, their activity will become very low. Similarly, at high temperature also, they will not be working. So enzymes can only function in certain pH range. Important point. One, I said temperature, student. And second is the pH, student. Inside the body also, you know, you have a pH, student. Their preference depends on where they are found in the body. Intestine work best at 7.5 pH. Your intestine, student. What is the pH inside the intestine for enzymes to work? Is it alkaline or acidic? pH 7.5. What is that? pH is acidic or alkaline? Tell me. Intestine pH is acidic
pH
or
is
huh?
uh, it is intestine pH is alkaline.
Slightly alkaline, slightly alkaline. That's why they don't, people are putting too much acid will be a problem. In that intestine, it is slightly alkaline. Close to 7, but little slightly alkaline, student. But in the stomach, the pH is 2 because you have seen hydrochloric acid is secreted, student. In the stomach, inside the stomach, what is the pH? Visual,
Stomach pH is acidic too.
I will say hydrochloric acid is there. Therefore, the food to be digested, student, it's much more acidic, much more acidic. What are cofactors, student? Some enzymes cannot function unless they have a specific non-protein molecule attached to them, student. Important point. We are saying they are proteins, but some they have specific non-protein molecule attached to them. These are called cofactors. For instance, carbonic anhydrase is an enzyme, student, that help maintain the pH of the body. Cannot function unless it is attached to zinc ion. See, it has a zinc ion, student. See, zinc ions. Important point. These are the elements, metal ion, students. They are also acting as cofactors in order to them to be active. To be active, you have seen. And enzyme activity can be inhibited in number of ways. Competitive inhibitors inside the body, student. When disease takes place, how do we block the disease, student? Inhibition processes are carried out. Inhibition processes. Even any virus is there, you want to make it deactivate it. So you try to inhibit the action of that. A molecule blocks the active site, so that substrate has to compete with the inhibitor to attach the substrate is attaching with the enzyme. Now I am putting another competitive inhibitor, student, which will attach to the active site. Then substrate cannot. That is called competitive inhibitor. One way of that. Competition takes place. Non-competitive inhibitors are also there. A molecule binds to the enzyme somewhere other than the active site. There is an enzyme, there is active site. It doesn't bind to the active site, it binds somewhere else and will change the shape of the enzyme. And then what will happen? Then that substrate cannot bind in that because it is changing the and reducing the action of the enzyme because it will change the shape of the enzyme. So they are non-competitive inhibitors. Two types of inhibitors. Okay? Active and non-active. Non-competitive inhibitors and this. There was a question in the paper, student, that what is the mechanism of the enzyme action? What do you think? Why will anything catalyze in anything in the chemistry, student? Why what catalysts are doing? Tell me. In chemical kinetics, you studied enzymes. What they were doing? What they were
Increasing
doing?
the rate of the reaction
Why will they increase the rate of the reaction? How they are increasing the rate of the reaction? That is the point.
by lowering the activation
By
energy.
lowering the activation. For every reaction, there is activation energy, students. So they will lower the activation energy. How? By binding with a substrate, student, they will form an intermediate student, which is enzyme and that substrate. So what happens? This will lower the energy of activation. And as a result of that, the reaction will proceed faster. So basically, I am saying they will lower the student energy of activation, students. Okay?
Yes, sir.
By reacting, enzyme will react with the substrate to form this complex student, which is a transient. Once I represent by bracket, this is a complex student. This has a transitory existence, and what will happen then? This will going to dissociate to form E into product, student. So am I, then further reactions can take place because it has become available again, student. One of the examples, student, for this. Similar to the action of chemical catalyst, just like chemical catalyst, enzymes reduce the magnitude of activation energy. Okay? Our
Yes,
answer
sir.
in the paper. They have asked this question. What is the question? What is the mechanism of enzyme action? Question was given. What is the mechanism of enzyme action, students? What we are saying? They are lowering the energy of activation. We have shown the mechanism also. Activation, for example, activation energy for hydrolysis of sucrose is 6.22 kilojoule per mole. You know sucrose hydrolysis? Sucrose on hydrolysis produces which products? You have studied that. Sucrose, hydrolysis of sucrose produces which products, students? Sucrose. Tell me,
Uh,
hydrolysis of sucrose gave you what?
Sucrose gives glucose plus fructose.
The activation energy is 6.22 kilojoule per mole, while activation energy is 2.5 when we use enzyme sucrase. So if you put enzyme sucrase, then activation energy comes to 2.15 kilojoule. It is lowered,
Yes, sir.
the activation energy is lowered. So students, some of the examples where we are using alcoholic beverages are generated by fermentation. You have heard about fermentation, student,
Yes, sir.
in the sugar industry. What you are, they are saying alcohol is being prepared, student, in the fermentation. And here, what based on the plant's type which is used, and a type of enzyme applied. These are enzyme, these reactions are catalyzed by enzyme, student. The fermented product depends on what enzyme you are using and what plant source product you are using, student. Cane sugar industry, you are aware, you see a lot of smell if you see that. Fermentation process is there. Bread can be considered as example of fermentation in everyday life. These bread students, you know, they are prepared by fermentation. You have heard about yeast.
Yes, sir.
You have used it at home sometime
Yes, sir.
for making what? Dosa or something. What do you do? What you are putting yeast somewhere. वो भटूरा भटूरा सा बनाते हैं उसमें डालते हैं yeast.
Yes, sir, डालते हैं.
हाँ तो वो क्या करता है? Fermentation है. तो जैसे ब्रेड फूलती है, ब्रेड यू सीन ब्लड पफ स्टूडेंट्स इज नॉट हार्ड, बहुत सॉफ्ट सी होती है. तो वो यीस्ट है. स्मॉल प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ यीस्ट एंड शुगर इज मिक्स्ड विद द बैटर फॉर मेकिंग ब्रेड, स्टूडेंट. यीस्ट. सो व्हाट इज यीस्ट, स्टूडेंट? You are mixing yeast in the sugar. So that is your examples of the enzyme catalyzed reaction. Enzyme catalyzed reaction. So I hope you are aware of the enzymes by now. We have seen everything, mechanism, various enzymes, how they are acting, and the mechanism, very specific pH range, temperature, all this. The second part which we are discussing, student, vitamins. What are vitamins, student? What are vitamins, students? Vitamins, tell me what vitamins you are using. What type of vitamins you are using?
Vitamin C, which is found in citrus fruits.
I mean,
Vitamin
what are
A.
vitamins? I am saying that, of course, I know. Why do you need vitamins? What they are doing for you, students? Earlier it was saying vital for life, vital for life. Are they essential for life? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they are essential. Why do you take vitamins? Why do you take vitamins, students?
They play a role in the maintenance and normal growth of the body.
Maintenance and normal growth. Vitamins, or that was not vitamins, which we told you. It's biology student know why they are essential, student. Why? Because they cannot be synthesized by the body. Then what you have? You are taking through diet, student.
Yes, sir.
Earlier they were thought they have amino group, but that's not true because a lot of vitamins don't have that. So they changed them. Now, students, they are mainly required because deficiency of vitamins will cause certain diseases. Student, you are aware of this history. Deficiency diseases, you have heard about it? That is where the question will come. Where the question will come in the vitamin, student, source and deficiency diseases. You are aware if vitamin deficiency is there, student, then what type of disease will take place? That question, 1 mark is given many times. Simple question. So student can easily get 1 mark. Yeah, it will be coming in almost all the papers. What I'm saying, student, if you don't eat vitamins, then there will be deficiency of vitamins and there will be certain specific diseases, students. And most of these vitamins cannot be synthesized by the body. Therefore, you have seen a lot of people taking vitamin pills during certain time period, student. Doctor also say, okay, your age is too much, or okay, take vitamin C tablets, or they are giving, you are sick, they are giving vitamin C also and some other vitamins because they believe some deficiency will take place. Therefore, vitamin is an organic compound, student, and a vital nutrient that an organism requires, but in a limited amount. So you need how much, and how much vitamin you need? Limited amount, student. You need limited amount. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And student, organism cannot synthesize certain compounds, then what will happen? When our organism cannot synthesize, what I'm saying, cannot synthesize, student. in the body, then what will we do? We will take it in the form of diet, student. Our body is a complete chemical factory. You are aware of that. It can manufacture a lot of things, right? But it
Yes, sir.
cannot synthesize everything. So we will need the vitamin. So vitamin has to be taken from the diet upon the circumstances. Particular, for example, ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Vitamin C is what, student? Ascorbic acid. You know that is required a lot, student. Ascorbic acid for vital. It is very vital, considered as very vital for us. Tell me, is it considered vital or not?
Yes,
Even
sir.
in Corona, they are giving a lot of vitamin C to the patients. Giving it or not?
Yes, sir.
And they are saying it will boost your immunity. Take vitamin C. Okay. So, students, the question is, here is a small picture to just to, because pictures create some interest in the subject. We take it from some source. Otherwise, sometimes the subject is becoming dull, student. We want to show you pictures, see how beautiful these are and what type of vitamins commonly. Vitamin A, B9, B12, C, D, E, K. They are the most common ones which I've said. So many. And the food items in which they are present. And the question which is coming, we will show you a table, student, which is given, which we have to learn. We have to learn because 1 mark question from that is coming. Vitamin A, for example, is saying beneficial in treating eye disorders, skin infections. B9 reduces risk of neural tube defects during pregnancy, students. Vitamin B12 provides symptoms of anemia, kidney and liver disorders. Vitamin C, this has been asked a lot. Vitamin C, cancer, common cold. Scurvy, what is scurvy? Scurvy. And vitamin D, arthritis, tooth decay, diabetes, and rickets. E improves blood circulation, slow down aging, and K reduces risk of menstrual pain and internal bleeding. So here is a list of some of these vitamins, but we are going to give you a bigger list of this. Because if such question is given, we should not lose 1 mark. What we have to know? We have to know. Mainly, I'm saying the questions are given, student, on two forms. One is the classification of vitamins. Classification of vitamin is important. There are two types of vitamin, students.
Sir, can you please scroll up to the table? I just
Okay,
have to
okay,
note.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, you have a 1 minute to see that table.
Yes, sir. Done. Thank you.
हो गया?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, ठीक है. Well, all right. The important point is, student, every word, every line, every information is important, should be noted by the student. Because it can become a question in the paper, student, and we do not want to lose even 1 mark. Students who do not pay attention, are not making their notes, are not attentive, will face some problem. Because human mind, how much it works, we already are aware. All are equal minds, equal memory, but how much we use, students. Revision, recap, all these things are important. By the end of the time, only things are for revision, revision, revision. So that makes us things we have understood, we have noted everything clearly, listened the lectures clearly. We are at much better than others. Now I am saying classification. One question is coming on classification, student. There are two types of vitamin. What I am saying is fat soluble vitamin, student. Fat soluble vitamins. Are you eating fats? Tell me. Where
Yes,
are the
sir.
fats present, student? What fats you are eating? You are eating fats, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Which fat you are eating? Where is the fat? Food.
The
What food?
butter, ghee, everything that we eat.
Okay, you are saying desi ghee. Okay, desi ghee has got fat.
Yes, sir.
There are two types of fats also, student. Saturated and unsaturated. Can you tell me where are unsaturated and where are saturated fats? You are bio student. Tell me which is better, unsaturated or saturated?
Uh,
Everything is important. Every word is important. Student knowledge will never go waste. We are heard about cholesterol,
yes, sir.
and you have heard that says don't take too much butter. Don't take too much butter because it. But fats are required because certain vitamins will only dissolve in fat, students, and then will not be
Yes, sir.
assimilated by the body. If I don't take fat, then these vitamins cannot be assimilated by the body. So I will need fats. And we know
Okay.
saturated and unsaturated, they have single covalent bond. There is a double bond, at least one. Unsaturated means they have one or more double bond, students, right? And these
Yes,
are
sir.
mainly oils, student. They are obtained from the seeds of the plants. Seeds of the plant. They say take more oils. They are liquids usually. You will see, and these saturated ones are once we hydrogenate them, then they become what they call vanaspati ghee. What's
Hmm.
the point?
Yes, sir.
And that will be not good. That is what they say: bad cholesterol and good cholesterol. So, student, in just this was just a passing reference to all this. Every information is important. We should know what we are doing. Student, biochemistry you are studying, and they are prepared from alcohol, glycerol, and so many carboxylic acids, of containing 17 carbons or more than that. So, students, linoleic acid and all that you may have heard about it. So, fats, why do we eat fats? Because there are many vitamins which are only soluble in fat. So they will need fat, students. Fat soluble in fats and oils. We are saying oils, they are fat, student, saturated and unsaturated fats. But they are insoluble in water. These are insoluble in water. They will not dissolve in water. They will not be used by the body then. ठीक है? What
Yes,
are
sir.
these, student? Fat soluble. What I'm saying, A, D, E, K. Four I have written. How will I remember in the exam? Fat soluble vitamins. You are aware of lead? Lead,
Hmm.
in
Yes, sir.
chemistry. This is EAD. If I remove this by K, then these are the fat soluble vitamins. What did it become? CAD. Lead. Instead of lead, I use CAD. ठीक है? They will be fat soluble.
Yes, sir.
Easy to remember. Only four. So they are fat soluble. They will not dissolve in water. Students. Second, water soluble. A question has been put here: water soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamin, student, mainly what you have. Vitamin C is a very good example of that. Water soluble vitamin must be supplied regularly in diet because they will dissolve in water. You can take more of vitamin C, no problem. We don't need excess also of vitamin, then they will create problem. So here, if they are in excess, they will create problem. But water soluble, they'll dissolve in water and go from the body. So they must be consumed then every day. Regularly means regularly. Which one? Water soluble. So there, for example, I am talking of vitamin C, student, okay, and B12 and others. Except these, because they can be stored in the body, student. Fats are there in the body, but they cannot be stored in the body. They cannot be stored. So this is one important difference, student, where question has been put. Fat
Okay.
soluble and water soluble. Two types of vitamin C is water soluble, therefore it is consumed and used every day. Student, they say take it. Body, because body cannot store it, it gets excreted from the body, dissolves in water. Similarly, B12. So what you see, student? Fat soluble vitamins. We have already tell you, ठीक है, KED, KIDA, lead, KID. Fat soluble vitamin A, vision, reproduction, bone, immune, skin. B, this is my vitamin D, strengthen bones, calcium absorption, immune system. Immune system flushes toxins, fat soluble. This is also fat soluble. Blood clotting, and this K is important, blood clotting and bone health, vitamin K. And these water soluble, for example, some of the water solubles we have. All B1, B2, B6 like that, and C. So many B complex. You have heard about B complex, students? Have you heard about B complex?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All these are example, student. So these are the vitamin, students, which we are talking about. Fat soluble and water is a important question. So many times it has been asked in the paper. Can I proceed further? You have noted down? Or you
Yes,
want?
sir.
No. Okay. Here, student, the question which has been asked in the papers, I said, there is a table which we have. It is given in all the books. What we should learn from this table? I said, once a table is given, it has information for us. And it has a question for us in the paper. That's what I'm trying to tell to the students. The table is not read by the students. They said, table is too long, it is useless. But I am saying there will be a question from the table. So don't just pass the table in any book, student. And what type of question will be there? Let us see. These are my vitamin, students. Sources and deficiency disease. This is very important, student. Deficiency diseases. Every time they are asking question. They are saying, for example, I ask you, student, deficiency of vitamin A, student. Which disease? Tell me. Which disease?
Deficiency of vitamin A causes night blindness.
Hardening of cornea. What is that? Night blindness. We have to learn it. Night blindness, student. With deficiency of vitamin B1, which is also called thiamine. Important, very important disease which is written in many books, student. What is that? Very, very is a very important disease, student. Vitamin B2, vitamin B2, student, where it is present. These are the sources where you get them. B2, what is that? Fissuring of corners of mouth and lips, digestive disorder, burning sensation in the skin. So how many things they have written? There may be some more information in certain other areas. This is the availability in our book, students. So we are relying on our book, but bio students know more about it. Try to at least give that information which is in the NCRT. ठीक है? NCRT information should not be forgotten by the student. Papers are based on that. That's why I said that. ठीक है? Vitamin
Yes, sir.
B6. What is the deficiency disease? Tell me what you are reading.
Convulsions.
Convulsions. What are convulsions, student? find it out. I'm not a
Okay.
medical person, but whatever information I have, certain informations are important. They have been asked. Vitamin B12 student, what is the deficiency? Disease student, RBC deficiency. What is that? And anemia is important. That question has been asked many times. You know, a lot of people are given iron, anemia.
Yes, sir.
Anemia is important student. RBC deficient hemoglobin, HB. Vitamin C is the most important. Now in Corona, they are giving vitamin C.
Yes, sir.
Where it is present, this can be asked now because it is important. Vitamin C, in which amla, you are saying taking amla. That Baba Ramdev is always talking about amla and these citrus fruit student, lemon and this green leafy vegetable. Scurvy and bleeding, but it is something more than that because it improves your immune system a lot. This is most important, immune system. Here in the book, they say scurvy and bleeding gum. What is the vitamin D student? What deficiency disease they have written? You know, in
Rickets.
winter, they say at least 10-15 minutes sunlight you should sit in the winter
Yes, sir.
because sun is not there. Sun will provide you the natural vitamin D students, so we can get it. And what is the name of the disease? Rickets, osteomalacia, soft bones, and joint pains in adult student. Rickets. What is rickets, students? And he's saying joint pain, student. In objective type also they have given such a question. The deficiency of this disease causes this. Vitamin D. What is what about vitamin E, student? Increased fragility of RBC and muscular weakness. Where it is present, vegetable oil like wheat, germ oil, sunflower, etc. I said, there are oils and ghee, student. Oil is always better. Why oils are better fats? Tell me why oils are better fats than those vanaspati ghee, students. Why oils are better fats, student? Because they are what type of fats?
Uh, oils are oils are unsaturated.
Unsaturated fats. They will have at least one or more than one double bond. I mean, unsaturated. That they are must, student. And if you take more saturated fats now, they are prepared in the industry by hydrogenation of them. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
And they are mostly ghees are mostly solids. Oils are mostly liquids, plant seeds, student. They are extracted from plant seeds directly. Even coconut oil, coconut oil. Oils are very costly, student. Coconut oil and all that. So they are giving you unsaturated fat, student. Okay. So what about vitamin K has been asked 2 years back, student. The deficiency of vitamin K causes which disease? Where it is present? Green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables, students. And that is the clotting of the blood, student. Bleeding takes place. Clotting of the blood is important when injuries or wounds take place. Student, clotting of the blood. Increased blood clotting. Blood, it coagulates the blood, student. So students, this is our proposal that you are getting a list in the book, student. Deficiency disease can be asked to you in the paper. Okay?
Okay.
And
Okay.
already you have seen what are the mechanisms of the various enzymes, how they work. And certain names of the enzymes are important. They will be asked as question in the paper. ठीक है? This ends this part of this, and therefore we will meet you in our next class with further about the nucleic acids. ठीक है, nucleic acids,
Yes, sir.
nucleic acids, ठीक है, nucleic acids.
Okay, sir.
So nucleic acids we will discuss, they are very important, DNA or RNA. Okay, then we will see you in the next class.
Okay, thank you, sir.